Stop whatever you're doing and look at these numbers. 15 goals in 5 matches. Leading scorers in Europe and Spain. Woodwork rattled more times than most teams create chances all season, and a teenager scoring for fun like it's a training drill. Barcelona don't just have momentum right now. They have an attacking addiction. Before we break this down, do me a quick favor. If you love deep tactical breakdowns with real passion behind them, hit that like button and subscribe right now. It genuinely helps the channel grow, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Now, here's the real question. Why are they this lethal? This isn't random form. This isn't luck. There's structure behind the chaos. There's intent behind the flair. Against Mallorca, the shape on paper looked familiar, a 4-3-3. But personnel changes hinted at rotation management ahead of the Atletico clash. And that's where things get interesting. Because while Barca lined up in their traditional system, Mallorca's tactical flexibility made the first half far more complicated than expected. Mallorca defended in what resembled a 4-5-1, but the real story was the shifting structure. Wingers dropping deep, midfield crowd in central zones, fullbacks compressing space. The aim? Deny space between the lines and suffocate transitions. And for a while, it worked. Barcelona had possession, but Mallorca had control of space. That tension, possession versus spatial control, defined the early rhythm, and it forced Barcelona to adapt. Mallorca weren't passive. That's important. When they attacked, they stretched wide and mirrored Barcelona's midfield presence. It became a fluid 4-3-3 in transition, committing runners forward and forcing defensive awareness. Physically demanding? Absolutely, but brave. The issue with that kind of tactical transformation is stamina. Constantly shifting defensive and attacking shapes drains energy, and when you fail to convert your best moments, you pay for it later. Barcelona sensed that fatigue building. And instead of overcomplicating things, they simplified. More verticality, fewer touches, quicker triggers. This is where Rashford's inclusion made sense. His directness changes the tempo. He doesn't overthink wide situations, he attacks them. And Lewandowski thrives on that urgency. The opening goal perfectly captured that chemistry. A shot from range forces chaos. But watch Lewandowski's intelligence. Initially offside, he instantly retreats as the ball is struck. That awareness, that half-second recalibration, is elite striker instinct. By the time the rebound falls, he's onside, composed and ruthless. One pause, defender sliding. Goalkeeper committed. Finish. That's not just experience, that's mastery. And honestly, younger forwards in this squad should be studying him frame by frame. 1-0. But it felt bigger. Halftime adjustments told you everything about this coaching staff. The message was clear. Move the ball faster. Don't allow Mallorca time to reset their shape. Speed up circulation. Force decisions. And suddenly the rhythm shifted. Barcelona stopped waiting for openings. They created them through tempo alone. Quick diagonals, sharp central combinations, immediate shots when space appeared. Even when chances didn't go in, the intent was different, purposeful, aggressive. No tactical diagram explains that. That's instinct layered on confidence. The goalkeeper barely moved, because sometimes you just know. I genuinely believe we're watching the most decisive young attacker in world football right now. And when the World Cup comes, don't be surprised if the global stage becomes his playground. 2-0. And from there, the collapse felt inevitable. Here's what impressed me most. The flexibility after substitutions. The structure morphed again. A deeper single pivot allowed one midfielder to step higher and join the attacking line. Suddenly, Barcelona had layered vertical threats instead of flat possession. The third goal is a tactical blueprint. It starts with a vertical pass from defense. No hesitation. That's the identity under this manager. Forward first, recycle later. As the ball reaches midfield, there's no sideways comfort pass. Instead, immediate penetration. One runner pulls defenders deep, another times the late surge perfectly. Defensive focus shifts toward the obvious threat, and that's when the secondary runner appears in the blind spot, through ball, composure, finish. Game over. This is what separates good attacking teams from devastating ones. Synchronized movement. And when individual skill blends with structural clarity, you get scorelines that look effortless. Now let's address the upcoming Atletico clash. I understand the concern. Simeone's sides are masters of emotional control. They don't need dominance. They need moments. One goal, one defensive stand, one disciplined performance. But here's why I'm optimistic. Over 2 legs, tactical depth wins. You can adjust, you can respond, you can correct mistakes. In a single final, chaos favors them. In a structured tie, I trust Barcelona's attacking variety more. Atletico will defend deep, compress central zones, and look to counter through physical outlets. The key will be patience without stagnation. If Barcelona maintains second-half tempo from this match, they'll force Atletico to stretch, and that's when gaps appear. Prediction? I'm going bold. 4-2 Barcelona. Not comfortable, not easy, but decisive. And honestly, this team looks like they believe in something bigger than just results right now. Step back and look at the bigger picture. This isn't just about goals. It's about evolution, faster circulation, smarter positioning, ruthless finishing, tactical flexibility. Barcelona aren't just scoring more, they're solving problems mid-game. And that's the sign of a side growing into something dangerous. But football always tests momentum. Atletico will be a psychological exam as much as a tactical one. So now I want to hear from you. Are you confident? Nervous? What's your score prediction? Drop it in the comments. I read everything. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more in-depth analysis like this after every big match, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be right here when the next tactical masterclass unfolds. Big nights are almost here. You can feel the shift in the air. The kind of matches where the lights shine brighter, the pressure hits harder, and every touch carries weight. These are the stages where good teams hesitate, and great teams take control. This Barcelona side isn't just scoring for fun. They're punishing teams with precision. One defensive mistake, and the ball is in the net. That sharpness comes from a powerful balance. Fearless young talent playing with freedom, guided by experienced leaders who understand exactly when to slow it down